Sustainable living has always been an integral part of India's tradition and culture. So let's find out what this chapter, Sustainable Management of Natural Resources, has to teach us. Hi friends, welcome to Science Chapter 16, Sustainable Management of Natural Resources. So in the previous chapter, our environment, we have learned about the pollution of some resources due to our activities. In this chapter, we shall look at some of our resources such as forests, wildlife, water, coal and petroleum and how we can conserve them. So I have divided this chapter into 3 parts. In the first video, we shall discuss how to manage our resources and why do we need to manage our resources. In the second video, we shall discuss forests and wildlife and management of forests. In the third video, we shall discuss water resources and coal and petroleum. So let's begin. Now, let's discuss how can we manage our resources. So there are national laws and acts for environmental protection. There are also national and international organizations working towards protecting our environment. Awareness about the problems caused by exploiting our resources is important. Once this awareness rises, some action is usually taken. An important example of this is the Ganga Action Plan. So it was launched in 1985 and it was launched because the quality of water in Ganga was very poor. Coliform, which is a group of bacteria, was found in Ganga. Its presence in water indicates the contamination by disease-causing microbes. So now let's discuss more about the pollution of Ganga. So more than 100 towns and cities pour garbage and excreta into the river Ganga. Human activities like bathing, immersion of idols, ashes, etc. also pollute it. Industries release chemical effluents into the Ganga. A lot of fish are killed due to the toxicity of water in the river. The Namami Ganga program was launched to accomplish the twin objectives of abatement of pollution as well as the rejuvenation of river Ganga. And the fourth method to manage our resources is known as the 5 R's method. So in this, we do 5 things. First, refuse. Second, reduce. Third, reuse. Fourth, repurpose. And 5, recycle. Now let's study about each one of them in detail. So what is refuse? This means to say no to things that people offer you that you don't need. So for example, you say no to a single-use plastic carry bag. Second, reduce. This means that you use less. You save electricity by switching off unnecessary lights and fans. You save water by repairing leaky taps. Third, reuse. In the reuse strategy, you simply use things again and again. For example, the plastic bottles in which you buy various food items like jam or pickle can be used for storing things in the kitchen. Fourth, repurpose. When a product can be used no more for its original purpose, then use it for some other useful purpose. For example, cracked crockery can be used to grow small plants and as feeding vessels for birds. And the fifth strategy is recycle. So collect plastic, paper, glass, etc. and recycle them to make required things. In order to recycle, first we need to segregate our waste so that material that can be recycled is not dumped along with the other wastes. Now let's discuss another very important concept, which is sustainable development. So the concept of sustainable development encourages forms of growth that meet current basic requirements as well as preserve the resources for the needs of future generations. So in sustainable development, it includes development in such a way that apart from the current needs, we also focus on the needs of future generations. So, and economic development is directly proportional to environmental conservation. Therefore, environmental conservation is very important. Now, after learning all about resource conservation, the question arises, why do we need to manage our resources? So, first, all the things we use or consume are obtained from the resources on this earth. These resources are not unlimited. Management ensures that resources last for future generations. It also ensures equitable distribution of resources so that everyone benefits from these resources. Second, demand for these resources is rising at exponential rate due to increase in human population and improvement in healthcare. Third, when these resources are extracted or used, we cause damage to the environment. For example, mining causes pollution because of large amount of slag which is discarded after extraction of metal. Thus, sustainable management demands that we plan safe disposal of these wastes. So this is all for today. Stay tuned for the next video.